Órale, Cholo, truck, los tres chingones, boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas out there. Nothing different about the background. No need to mention it, right? No. I'm actually doing this in my ride. I did not want to miss another week. I will not be here next Friday, and I'll tell you guys why. Not even the boys know. Speaking about the boys, let's get the fellas up in here. El gran chingón, el mero mero one, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, what's going on, Cholo, man? I'm excited because Mikey's finally back, huh? Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do it,
man.
man.
Yeah, he's finally back in here, man. We get that boxing scientist. Let's go ahead and bring him in here from Mikey TV1, Mr. Mike Zavala.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? Dave, Ed, I'm back, baby. Man, my channel got demonetized, but I'm gonna be back in 20 days. It's been a couple months, but I'm gonna come back stronger, Canelo style. I'm gonna.
Listo.
Hey, hey, Mike Nello Mercado.
Vamos.
Why did they demonetize your channel, man?
Cause I like when you put shorts, you gotta make sure you add like your own twist in it and all. You can't just throw it like that. And even if you do, you gotta put like a heading and all that. I'm still rookie to this, and I was just putting all kinds of Canelo shorts, and I was getting all kinds of traffic in my channel, and YouTube was like, "Hell no, you're not getting paid for this. I'm not gonna. We're not working with you." So they demonetized me for like 3 months. So I got a little disillusioned. I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm back, guys. If Canelo could do it when his
Órale.
brother got kidnapped and he had a fight and he still won the fight, I can do it too. Let's do it.
Hey, we got
Hey,
somebody
man.
new to the channel, man. Champy, huh? That's good.
Champi, saludos to
Grande.
you. Gracias for
Bienvenido.
tapping in. I usually don't do this out of my ride, Champi, but I'm doing it now because I'm not going to be here. I wasn't here last Friday, and I'm not going to be here next Friday. And let me get to you why. Shout outs to Demetrio JC up in here, man. Okay, so first of all, it's incredible that the weigh-ins are happening right now. I want to get to that, but I just got an email today. Los Tres Chingones Boxing got credentials. We will be at the Zapata fight next Saturday. So that's something I've been wanting to see Zapata fight again, and we got credentials to do it. So because of that, man, I gotta do a lot of things on Friday, handle a lot of business on Friday, to clear that out because I'm gonna go to that fight early for all the early fights and everything, man. So we got credentials to be at that fight next Saturday. So yeah, man, I'm excited for that.
Man, congratulations, Cholo. Are you gonna go live from there like you've done
Yeah,
before in the past?
yes, yes,
You know what?
yes.
Just do the show live from there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's on Saturday, but that
Uh-huh.
means I gotta handle everything I gotta handle, all business and everything I gotta handle on Friday, everything that I gotta do, because I do want to be there early. Saturday. See, the fights for TV start like around 5, but all the early fights, start like around 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I gotta handle everything on Friday. So I don't think I'll be able to make it to next Friday's show. But I will be here next Saturday live for the fight, definitely from the Toyota Arena in Ontario.
Is PYP, are they gonna be joining you? Do you know?
Um I don't know. I know right now they're at another fight, small time fight. I don't think so. They haven't. Mark hasn't mentioned anything to me about it, so I doubt it.
Hey, you know what? I want to throw out a shout out to Mark and David. Last week they were on our show. Y sabes que they did a wonderful job. Wonderful job. It was a good show. We talked, we laughed, had a wonderful time. Gracias for standing in. We had a good time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Those are our brothers over there, our
Yeah.
Tejano brothers. Even though one lives in New York, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got to meet David D in New York when I was in New York, man.
No way. Did you guys
He
go have dinner or something?
No, we he was at the ball game. He was at the Yankee Dodgers game.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we got to drink a beer there, man, and just chop it up a little bit. So it was good people. I also want to give a shout out to Buzz right there, Yard Recall, man.
Yeah.
Saludos to Buzz.
Shout out.
So hey guys, I mean we're definitely gonna get into the fight that's happening tomorrow, but I just want to just real quick before I don't want to get into the fight, but just what's your guys' thoughts on the weigh-ins happening right now this late? Is this the way it should be for you, David? Should they do it earlier? Usually they do it earlier, but this time they're doing it pretty late. Do you like this? Do you not like this?
You know what, Ed? Usually they have the weigh-ins in the morning, and right now it's just a ceremony. And I think that's what's going on. I mean, I can't see those guys waiting till 8 o'clock my time, which is 5 o'clock your time, to weigh in. You know what I mean? Do they weighed in already? Right now it's just a ceremony, just to look good, you know. But they weighed in already. They had to at 9 o'clock in the morning. There's no way they're going to be waiting, like I said, at 5, not eating, drinking water another day. Nah, they did it already, but they just haven't told us till right now.
Well, then the ceremony weigh-in. Do you like that the ceremony weigh-ins is at this
No,
time?
no. I mean, they
It's
should do
usually
it in the morning. You know, do it when they do it.
usually it's around 1 o'clock
Yeah, but yeah, you're
Pacific
right.
time. Pacific
Yeah,
time.
Pacific time. Yeah. No, I don't like it being this late. You know what I mean? Because it disrupts our show, and our show's important, and the world sees our show, so it disrupts los tres chingones. So no, I don't like it because it disrupts los tres chingones.
Mikey, same question, man. Even if it is ceremony, I don't know if it is or it isn't, but a lot of the times they do weigh in like at 8, 9 in the morning. Then they have the ceremonial weigh-ins like at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard. What's your thoughts, man? Do you like that the weigh-ins, even if it is ceremonial, do you like it that it's this late?
Uh, Now that they brought it up, that it interrupts our show. You know what? I don't like it. But but on the serious note, you know what? Are they something has happened? They stalled, or they're trying to wait till people get out of work. But I don't know. I don't know the time zones and all that. But if they stalled it a little bit, maybe people could catch up in the other time zones. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, there's a big fight, man, and they need to have the ceremonial weigh-in. So, man, if it's a little later for people who watch it, I'm down with it. For a big fight, oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Just being biased, the fact that it's at this time, I don't like it either. I'm with David, man. How dare you interrupt Los Tres
Our
Chingones
show.
boxing, Holmes?
They know because they
There,
know. You know what they know because you know what they know that we're on at 5 o'clock and lo hicieron de adredes because they're pissed off at Mikey because he's no longer on TV. That's why. That's why.
they, they
I got
demonetized his
demonetized, man.
channel. Yeah, they demonetized his channel. Now they want to go ahead
Exactly.
and
They're
interrupt
pissed
the
off,
show,
man.
man. Damn it, Mikey. Look at the problemas, Holmes, that you
I
bring
know.
over here, man.
We're victims. We're victims of your mistakes, Holmes.
Hey,
Jesus
gentlemen,
Christ.
let
Feel
let's
like
talk
Trump, eh?
about yeah. Let's talk about a star well, he's starting to rise as a star. Rafael Espinosa. Um, Nobody really knew who he was. He was in what I thought was fight of the year last year against Robesis Ramirez, which was a good fight. Ramirez was supposed to win that fight. That was supposed to be a come out win for him, and it actually backfired. Espinosa went down in that fight, gets back up, stumbles again against the ropes, gets back up, and then he ends up putting it to Ramirez. I mean, this guy showed some heart. He showed the warrior spirit. And ever since then, people have been waiting for him to get back into the ring. He got back into the ring and made quick work of this guy. I forgot his name. I just say Chalino Holmes because of the singing,
Chirino.
but
Yes.
Chilino, yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason why I was somewhat interested in his opponent because I, like the rest of the world, was watching Los Tres Chingones boxing last Friday, and Mark Salinas was really building this guy
He
up, and I'm
was.
like,
He
okay,
was.
and and I was like, all right, let me check it out. I was gonna watch it. I was gonna watch it anyway, but I was just like, hey, you know what? Mark was kind of convincing me, and I watched it, and I said, Mark, go eat some tacos, homie. Go eat some tacos, vato. You know what I mean? Go eat some tacos with rotten meat in it, cabrón.
Yeah.
But but
Uh,
but hey, David, what did you make about his performance last week? He was on the show with
oh
you
yeah.
last week, talking up pretty big that hey, don't count this guy out. We didn't have to count him out. The referee counted him out.
Hey, I'll tell you, Mark is not a used car salesman. He's a good real estate agent. I mean,
Yeah.
he could sell. I mean, literally, he could sell ocean property in Arizona. And you know what? He had me going too, Cholo, because you know what? When he was talking, because I had never heard of this guy Chirino. And then
No.
when right before, they made the announcements, I see him, he's tall, he's lean, and I'm thinking, man, maybe Mark was right. You know what I mean? And then after the first round, second, third round, I go, no, no. But we're talking about Mark. That guy is in love with Oscar de la Hoya. You know what I mean? I think he'd leave his wife for Oscar de la Hoya. There's something
I,
wrong with Mark, You know what I mean?
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something not right. So and he kept saying he's a good-looking guy, he's tall, he's slim, muscular, and I'm going, oh, dale, Mark. But you know what? JC, I never disagree with you. I like you a lot. You make me laugh, but I disagree with you on this one, Holmes. When you're saying Espinosa's a one-hit wonder, I don't see him a one-hit wonder. You know what? I like this kid. And you know what? I think that he could definitely unite the belts. I like him. I like him. He reminds me a lot of Paul Williams. He reminds me a lot. I don't
Mm.
know about you, Marky. I mean, Mikey, if you saw the fight, but this kid, you know what? He has a lot of corazon. And you know what? Yeah, he does get hit, but he hits too, man. You know what? I like this kid, and I think that he could definitely, without a doubt, unite the belts. And yes, Dimitro, I want to see him fight Robesi again, and I think he'll beat Robesi worse than what he did the first time. This kid, he has the momentum. He's exciting. He's tall. He hits hard, and he's on fire, man. He's on fire. You can't distinguish. You can't get rid of that fire. He's on fire. I like him.
And we'll get to
I
Robesi in
agree
a
with
little
you,
bit.
JC. Yeah.
And we'll get to Robesi in a little bit because he's got a fight coming up as
Yes, he
well.
does.
So,
Mhm.
Mikey Espinosa, move over, Sebastian Fundora. There's a even skinnier Tower Inferno, man. This dude Espinosa towers over everybody, especially at that weight class. One hit wonder. What'd you think about the fight? Does this guy have a future?
Yeah, he looks good. I like this kid. We seen
Me
him
too.
face adversity. You seen him get up and beat Ramirez. And when everybody thought that Ramirez was going to beat him, and Ramirez almost did beat him. Oh man, I can't wait for the rematch. This fight that just happened, man. Mark, come on! It was just a little fight for him to stay busy, for him to look good, because the big fight is coming after Rabasi
Yeah.
wins today, if he does win. But I believe he's going to win, and the rematch, because it was a great fight, and the second time is going to get even better. So I believe in this kid, and he looks promising. But we can't jump the gun. Look what happened to the Puerto Rican Matias. He lost. We were thought he was a monster. I already was talking trash. That's the real Puerto Rican star coming up. Not your boy Ed. Remember we are talking about
Yes.
your boy from Florida. And
Sanders.
nah,
Yes.
man. I guess yeah, and nah, he was a dud. He was a dud. They pushed him back, and he couldn't hit. So this kid has weaknesses, but he looks promising, and I like him. His inside game, he's got the advantage in from the outside, but he fights in the inside too. This guy's good. He switches stance. I like his style. I like this kid. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. So, um, I don't think he's a one hit wonder. I think he can give anybody and everybody a good fight at that weight class. Um, he is somewhat like a Fundora, though. He doesn't really capitalize on his height. I think he uses his height more than Sebastian does, but he does not fight, like a Daddy Longlegs. He does not use his length completely. He kind of gets in there in the pocket and fights with these guys. I like him. His resume is pretty thin. Everybody just knows him because of the Ramirez fight. I think everybody's clamoring for that rematch, and we shall see. I mean, this fight right here. it was pretty much just a showcase fight, man, for everybody to keep talking about him, and it worked. It worked because people started talking about him again, and it made me more interested in the rematch as well. I'm like, you know what, this guy, who knows, maybe he is that, and especially the way he won the fight. Had he gone the distance and won by the judges, to me it would have been a little bit of a letdown. Like, all right, but he went in there and put hands on them. He stopped them. So I'm like, you know what? Not only did he go in there and beat him, but he went in there and did exactly what he was supposed to do, and that's what we want to see from fighters, man. So I'm excited to watch him. I'm excited to see him fight, man.
And
Uh,
you know what I like, not the most. I like his fighting style. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of Paul Williams. But what I liked the most was when they were talking, when he had the microphone, he told all the fans, "Wait for me outside. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna take a picture, sign all your autographs. If I have to stay here all night, I will sign every autograph and I will take every picture." And then later on, they showed him. He walked out and he was taking pictures with hundreds of people. I mean, that's the people's champion. You know what I mean? Instead of walking into the locker room, dude, this guy went right out and started hugging people. He didn't even know that were there. That's the people's champion. I like that about him.
yeah, yeah. I charge for autographs and pictures, man. So everybody who sees me, don't.
Hey, Holmes, I break cameras. I break cameras. They charge me, man, because I broke their camera when they were taking my picture.
Hey,
Yeah.
gentlemen, let's let's get into a couple of fights that are happening tomorrow. Speaking of Ramirez, Robesis Ramirez, he's got a fight in the undercard of the Teofimo Claggett fight. So let's talk about him. Look, he was supposed to win against Espinosa. He was supposed to win. If you guys remember, that fight happened in December. He was so heartbroken. The cameras followed him back to his dressing room. He was crying. He was like extremely heartbroken, man. Like, damn, homie. Like, you thought that his dog died or something. Like, this Vato was something else, man, because he had a story to go along with this.
That was
So,
Ortiz, right? Talking about Ortiz?
no, Ramirez.
Oh, okay.
Robesi Ramirez
Oh,
when he
Robes.
lost to
Oh,
us.
okay. I thought you were talking Spence. I thought you were talking about Teofimo Lopez. Oh, you're
No,
talking
no, no,
about
no, no.
Robesi. Okay, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, because he's
yeah,
he's in the co-main event
yes.
under the Teofimo Lopez fight.
Mhm.
So knowing that, Mikey, knowing that Ramirez was supposed to win against Espinosa, he's fighting tomorrow. People are waiting to see, does he still have it? The way we saw him after his loss, so broken into pieces, does that play a factor in his return on weight? Is he the same? How say you, Mikey?
Hey, man, he it could happen. This is boxing. This sport is mental. It's more mental than physical, I think. And they did take his heart, and he lost a little bit of his heart, of his soul in that fight. Man, he did everything, everything. And if you really look at the fight, I think he even tapped out a little bit. So, man, most likely this fight. I don't think this fight is going to be as hard because they want to make that rematch. But who's he fighting? Is he fighting the Mexican? Well, you really got to keep your eyes on the screen because the Mexicans don't play, man. And I'm talking about Mexican nationals. These guys don't play, man. They're here to not to collect a paycheck. They're there to win. So if they gave him a Mexican fighter, let's keep our eyes on the screen. But most likely they give him a showcase type of fight because we want to see that rematch. But that's a great point. Ed. You do sometimes they do take your heart. They take a little bit of your soul, man. It could happen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I know who his opponent is, but he's fighting Brandon Leon Benitez, um, he only has two losses. So I mean, he's got. I mean, Ramirez doesn't have a large pro boxing career. He's only got what 14, 15 fights, where this guy's got more than that. He's got over 20 fights with two losses. So I don't really know too much about him. But David, I will pass it to you. I mean, you saw after he lost to Espinosa, he was just broken into pieces, Holmes. He was crying. He was, like if somebody died in his family, man. Does he come back? We've all been waiting for it. Is he back? I mean, emotionally, what say you? Are you
I
concerned?
mean, look at Oscar Valdez's last fight when he not this
Mm,
fight, but when he lost against Navarrete, dude, it looked like they killed his alligator. Remember? I mean, he
yeah.
was crying and they couldn't stop him from crying. He has an alligator and he loves it. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? He loves that alligator. You know what I mean? And it looked like he had, but look at man, he came back. And now he's getting ready to go with Navarrete number two. This guy, Robesi, this guy right here that he's fighting, I don't see him as a threat. I see him as an opportunity. You know what I mean? What's up, Chicano Prophet? I see it as an opportunity. I think he's going to shine. I think he's going to look great, but I still don't see him beating Espinosa. You know what I mean? But yes, I he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
Okay, so he
Yeah.
gets the victory tomorrow.
Yes. Oh yes. Yes. Yeah. He's going to get the
E-
victory. Yeah.
easily.
No, not easily, but it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be entertaining.
Okay. Now you just said something right there, David.
Mhm,
Should he win tomorrow? We
mhm,
all want to see the rematch.
mhm.
Who do you have in the rematch? Winning the
Espinosa.
fight?
I see
Really?
Espinosa. Oh, you know what? That kid right now, he's on fire. And you know what? You can't stop that kid right now. Right now, that kid is on fire. He has his number. He's getting better. You know what? This fight, and I know his opponent wasn't Robesi, but he looked. I mean, like I said, man, it reminds me a lot of Paul. I was a big fan of Paul Williams. Reminds me a lot of him, but he can get hit and he will get hit. Um, but right now, I see him definitely without a doubt. I'd like to see him Venado. I'd like to see him unite all those belts.
Yeah. Mikey, the rematch. Robesi Espinosa. Should Robesi win tomorrow? Who do you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to call it now. Like I got to see how Ribesi looks in this fight. What if he doesn't look good? What if he just wins like Benavides? Benavides just got he fought uh and
Yeah.
he moved up to 175. He didn't look too well. So I want to see how he looks, but I got Espinoza. This kid is he's counter his counter shots are good. His little inside shots are good. His jab is nice. He's big, good chin. I think it's gonna be too much for him, man. He gave it his all. Espinoza, Ramirez gave it his all. That's why he was crying. He gave it his all, and he didn't beat him.
No.
So I don't
Mm.
know, man. There's always one person that's your daddy, and I think Spinoza's his daddy. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, Puerto Rican rum. Shout outs to you. Shout out to all
What's
the
up, brother?
Boricuas that showed me nothing but love when I was out in New York, man. Shout out to the Raza Boricuas, man. You know what? I I would say this, man. Espinosa has no quit in him.
No.
Look, to me, that's why it would be such a great rematch because Robesi dropped Espinosa. There's some referees that would have
Heard him.
stopped the fight. There are some referees that when a fighter gets dropped, gets back up, and then stumbles back against the ropes and falls to the ropes again, that they'll just end up waving it off. I'm glad the referee didn't do that, but it could have easily been to Ramirez. But I really want to see this rematch, man. I mean, if they could make this rematch, that would be probably one of the most anticipated rematches in. Dang, I'm not really sure. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but obviously, they're not two big major names in the world of boxing. But just as a boxing fan, as a true boxing fan, give me this rematch. I really need to see. But I'm with you, Mikey. We got to see what Ramirez brings tomorrow. He's got to look good, man. David, if he doesn't look good tomorrow, but he still wins, but he goes the distance, are you concerned for Ramirez?
No, because I know that
Okay.
well, I mean, I'm hoping that Espinosa wins a rematch. Either way, I mean, I want to see the fight. It's going to be a great fight.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, jumping to the main event on that one. Now let's talk about him. Okay. Teofimo Lopez in there against the fighter that we've all been waiting to see. We've all been waiting for this fight, man. The boxing world is finally getting Teofimo Lopez against Steve Claggett. Who is Steve Claggett? I don't know, but I started looking into him, and I'm like, okay, all right, got you, man. Um, it's happening in Florida. Teofimo, I talked to his dad in the beginning of the year, right? When I was out in Vegas for the Virgil Ortiz fight. And his dad said that they're going to fight 3 times this year when they are not fighting anybody. Teofimo Jr., he's fighting, but the dad always says, we are fighting. We. It's like, you're not fighting, Holmes, your son is. But nonetheless, okay, fighting 3 times this year. First fight, Jermaine Ortiz, which is
Terrible fight.
I
Terrible.
it's it at best, at very best, it's a decent opponent. At best. I mean, I'm being generous and I'm stretching it here, but at best, it's a somewhat decent opponent. It's an okay fight to start the year off, right? But now you're fighting this dude, Steve Claggett, which is a huge step down. It's like, so if you got 3 fights, dog, your next fight needs to be somebody some super it's got to be a real big worthy fight because how are you going to have 3 fights as a champion with pretty much 3 no namers? But anyway, David, what do you make about this fight with Steve Claggett? I don't really know about him. I've never heard of him to this one, but let me remind everybody, nobody knew about George Kambosos, but Teofimo Lopez made him a star. Is there a chance that Steve Claggett becomes a star tomorrow, David?
First of all, when he fought Ortiz, I was surprised because Ortiz did a Shakur Stevenson. He ran all night long. He couldn't fight him. You know what I mean? When they did go to toe to toe, I mean, Teofimo could have knocked him out early if they would have gone toe to toe, but he never went toe to toe with him. He ran all night long. It was a Shakur Stevenson against De Los Santos, a boring fight. This kid is going to go toe to toe with him, and this kid, they selected him because he's not going to run. This kid's going to go to toe to toe, so Teofimo is going to knock him out probably early, and that's what they want. But Mikey, you're going to be happy when you hear this. Bob Arum today said that he wants Teofimo's next fight to be at 147. Guess against who? He's going to start working
Boots
on it.
Ennis? Oh,
No,
Crawford.
no, no, no. Your boy, the guy that beat Santillan.
Oh shit, that's a good fight.
That's a great. What's his
That's a
name?
great fight. I
Brian
forgot.
Norman. Brian Norman
Norman.
Jr.
Brian Norman Jr. Because Teofimo is calling out Terrence Crawford. That's all he says.
Yes.
Terrence Crawford, Terrence
Yes.
Crawford. So today, Bob Arum goes, okay, you want Terrence Crawford? Show me win the WBC belt through Norman, and then we'll give you Terrence Crawford. So that might be his next fight. He might decide to
Okay.
go up. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And if that happens,
Yeah,
hey, I would love to see that fight. This is going to
that's
be
a
an
great
easy
fight.
fight for Teofimo. It's going to be an easy fight.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
meant
yeah.
to be because this guy's going to trade and Teofimo's going to look awesome like the old Teofimo.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mikey, let me ask you the question this way. All right, Teofimo Lopez has been talking the lead up to this fight against Steve Claggett. He's been mentioning everybody's name, Terrence Crawford, so many fighters. He's been mentioning so many fighters' name except for the opponent he has in front of him tomorrow. Can that sidetrack him? Kambosos, nobody gave Kambosos a chance, and look what happened there. Can Teofimo get sidetracked? What do you think of this fight tomorrow?
Yeah, man. You know Tio has a peanut brain. You know Tio shits duds. He has a good fight right now. If you look at the ratio, whatever the he's due for a good fight because last fight he did the prior 2 fights back he did good and then he did bad and then I think
Yeah,
he's due to have a good one. So he's
yeah.
gonna do good, but you need to focus 100% on your opponent. This guy has a 68% knockout ratio, but I'm gonna tell you what they told me. Versus who? Versus who? Who has he knocked out? And hey, you're exactly right. When you're looking at people, is versus who? 100%. So yeah, versus who? But this guy's tailor made. He comes forward, high guard, and I like his little insight, but Teal's too strong. If you're not a boxer that fights off the back foot, I think Teal has a great chance of winning and looking phenomenal. So yeah, easy work for Teal. And if he fights a Norman, that's a great fight.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great fight, man. Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about that next time.
yeah. Look, definitely, I think this is tailor made for Tio to look good. I am disappointed because if he's fighting, he's a champion and he's fighting three times. Look, I love the fact when fighters stay busy. Fighting three times a year, to me, that's busy enough. But you're not fighting, you know, great fights here, man. You're not fighting against good opposition here. So if he fights Brian Norman Jr. next, it's only exciting because we saw what Brian Norman did to Santian.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
it. It's not really a fight that's really out there where it's like people have been waiting for this fight. So even if that fight does happen, I'm like, okay, good. But you know what, Teal? Dog, your 2024 was kind of weak. You were active, but it was kind of weak, man. You know, you didn't really find any notable names, man. Names that people really want to see you win. And the only reason why people would want to see that fight, and I'm with you, Mikey. I would be excited for that fight. It's because we just saw what Norman did to Santian.
yeah.
So, you know,
We
I mean, it's there. I would respect that fight, but for a whole year of you being active, I think it's a little bit thin.
Yeah, yeah. It's just kind of following the Tank Davis blueprint, right? Who he's not really fighting the fighters that we really want, but he's making a nice little bag, and he
True.
got a bag versus Ryan Garcia, and he there's always the rehydration clauses, catch weights, and all that. So he's not really taking too many gambles this year. So and that Brian Norman, yeah, yeah. I'm with you, Ed. Yeah, he knocked out Santillan, but in reality, we don't really know him 100%. I don't really know him 100%. I like the kid; he's exciting, but we don't really know the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, the left, the rights about him yet. So I get you.
Yeah. Wait, Mikey, did you say he made a bet against Ryan Garcia?
He made good money, no?
He didn't
You
fight
know,
Ryan. Teofimo Lopez?
No. I'm talking about Tank. He's following the kind of like the Tank Davis,
Oh,
low
got you,
risk,
got you,
big
got you, got
reward
you,
type
got
fights, and fight. He looks good, and Tank's the face of boxing. This and
got
that, and Tio maybe's taking it easy a little bit.
you. Okay, okay. Hey guys, let's get to the zone, man. I mean, you got a couple of decent fights on here. Sonny Edwards is gonna be fighting on this one, but let's get to the main event, man, because this is a banger right here, man. And Mikey, I want to get to you last because I think you're gonna kind of flip everything around. Look, Gallo Estrada against Bam Rodriguez. Now, David, let me throw it to you this way. Gallo Estrada has not fought since his last fight against Chocolatito. He's older. He's 34. I still think this is a great fight. I still think this is a dangerous fight for Bam, but I don't see Estrada winning this fight. I think it's going to be a heck of a fight. But how say you on this fight tomorrow, David?
Estrada's older. Estrada has not looked the same even before Chocolatito. That one kid, Kudaje, dude, I had Kudaje winning that fight. You know what I mean? Estrada, he hasn't fought in a year and a half. 16 months ago, last time he fought. Um, you know, it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be the fight of the year. But I have Bam Rodriguez winning, and maybe by knockout. Maybe by a late knockout. Maybe. I'm hoping. I want Bam Rodriguez to win. I like Gaito. I like him a lot. You know what I mean? Pero I think that it's time for the young Gallo to come in and take over because of his age. He hasn't fought and he hasn't looked the same. And those wars that he had against Chocolatito, dude, those take not only a mental but a physical. If they make a physical effect on you, his body's not the same. You know what I mean? Like they say, Mikey. You know, father time. You can't be father time. And even though he's young, but he's old at the same time. So I got Jesse Bam Rodriguez, hopefully by a late knockout. If not, by decision, not a majority decision, but I want him to knock him out because I want Bam to continue his legacy. I like Bam a lot. Great kid.
Wow, man. Wow. Well, I'm picking Bam as well. Mikey, David over here is saying, man, that he doesn't like old people, and that's why he wants Gallo to
Hmm?
lose, man. Mikey, I'll say I will say it would be better for the sport for Bam to win definitely, because Gallo hasn't been active. After this fight, is he gonna be active? Let's say he does come out with the win. Does he fight again this year? I don't know. I don't think he would.
No, he
But
won't.
Bam,
Once a year.
maybe, yeah, maybe he won't. So I
Yeah.
mean, the deck could be stacked against Gallo, and the judges might know that. Like, hey, it's better for the sport that Bam wins. But Mikey, let me throw it to you, man. Sometimes there's a young kid who looks really good. Everybody's fielding him, and everybody believes that he could take down the old lion, but he just is not there yet. And the old lion's teeth are a little bit more sharper and stronger still. Is that what you see in this one, Mikey? What? How say you?
Yeah, and I don't know. Something's telling me that Gallito's gonna come out with a performance. All right, a few things that I've been observing in training camp. He's sparring Chocolatito. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my God! And they have you seen the highlight? Oh my God! What a sparring session! This is like a pay-per-view. But let me tell you a little something. Let me ask you guys: does Gallito fight like Chocolatito?
No,
So why is
not at
he
all.
sparring Chocolatito? Why is he sparring Chocolatito? They don't have a similar style. He's wasting his time. Chocolatito fights in circles. I mean, Gallito fights in circles. He fights out the back foot. He's a counter fighter. While Chocolatito has a high guard and he goes forward. So is that a mistake Robert Garcia's doing at the gym? It's and also if you look at Bam's 2 fights ago, maybe 2 fights ago, he fought a kid, a Mexican kid, and he didn't look so well either. He boxed from the outside and gave him legs and worked out off the back foot. And we were like, oh shit, the kid didn't look so well. Yeah, because the kid shines when there's a fighter in front of him, and now he gives you the angles. Now he moves to the right, boom, he shifts to the other side, boom, 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 and he chops you down. If you look at that style, Gallito style, I think this training camp he's gonna be in tremendous shape. He's gonna work off the back foot, fight him in circles, and fight him in spots, and make it a chess match versus this kid. The kid is he a high Q? Is his high Q 100%? We haven't seen that yet. He's beat up legends, but old legends and old kings. Uh, this guy is older, but I think he's still got one more fight under him. I think he's got maybe all this time that he has off. Maybe it did work for his benefit because his body is not. There's not a lot of wear and tear, so we're gonna see that. But also, Gallito, he has trouble with southpaws. When he fight Revenside, he was a southpaw and it looked too well. Did he lose versus Revenside? No, right? He beat him, but it was a close fight, right?
Yes. Hmm.
And say that again.
Yes, yes, you're
Hello?
right. Yeah.
He
Yes.
won or he lost? He
Let me
won.
check. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, I think he beat Riverside on a close fight. I think, but Southpaws give him a little bit of trouble from what I've seen. Maybe someone could correct me. And Bam's a Southpaw. But like I said, if he fights him in the outside and give him angles and fight him in circles, I think he could beat him. But if it goes decision, I think they'll give it to Bam. But man, Bam didn't look too well, and I seen weaknesses in this game when he fought that kid from Mexico 2 fights ago. 1 or 2 fights, no, 2 fights ago.
Mm.
A light-skinned kid. Give me the name, Dimitro. Look it up on Box Sports, and I was like, ooh. And why is he
When
sparring Chocolatito?
when he fought Guardas?
No, no, no. He fought a light-skinned kid. 2 fights. 2 fights ago. Not this last fight,
Yeah,
but
I remember we talked about that, and I was like, you know
yeah,
what?
we
I'm not
talked about
impressed
it.
with this dude,
Yeah, he didn't get the. He got the win, but
Cortez.
the kid did it. RG Cortez. Yeah, he fought RG Cortez. And the kid fought on the outside. He didn't bang with him, and everything kept moving and moving, and he didn't look too good, man. So that's one of the little things that he needs to work on in the gym. But he's sparring Chocolatito, and they're going heads up. Why is
Hey,
he that? He should be fighting a boxer,
hey,
sparring a
Mikey,
boxer.
Mikey, you have to understand that Chocolatito was just there for 2 days. Before Chocolatito, he's been fighting, sparring guys. I mean, you think Robert's that dumb that he's gonna bang
He's
everything
known
with Chocolatito?
to choke. Dave, he's known to
I,
choke.
I,
In
I
the
know, I
big
know,
fight, he's known to choke.
I know, but what I'm
What?
telling you is he's been sparring guys that mimic Gallito Estrada. The
Yeah,
reason why they brought Chocolatito wasn't to mimic Estrada because they're both under some chino from Japan
yeah, yeah.
and
Mr.
they
Honda,
won't,
Mr. Honda.
Mr. Honda, and they said they will never fight. So he basically came just to give him some work, but he wasn't there to teach him. Gallito style, because they're totally different styles, like you
Yep.
say. But people are right now saying, "Oh, why is he doing?" Well, because you know what? I believe that he probably told me, Gallito is going to come at you like this. Gallito's going to do this. I think it was
Right.
more that, but he has been training or sparring guys that mimic exactly how Gallito fights. So let's don't put everything we have on that Chocolatito, dude. That was just to show people, but
No.
dude,
Yeah.
he's been
Well,
sparring guys that are going to mimic. Like I said, I like Gallo. I like him a lot. You know what I mean? I've always been a big fan. But to me, whoever wins, hey, sabes que? Great, because they're both great fighters. But I'm leaning toward Bam because of the young age. And you know what? Yes, he choked, but so did Gallo when he fought the one kid, Kudahi. I mean, he choked on that fight. But you know what? I hope they both go in at 100%. They go at 100%. I got Bam. If they go at 100%. And if Gallito wins, hey, también, Mexico.
yeah,
You know
it's
what I
gonna
mean?
be.
Soy Mexicano. Either one, I'm there, man. 100%.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a great chess
Oh,
match. If the
yeah.
kid if the kid's high, if he's a chess player, he could solve the riddle that Gallito's gonna give him, man.
Oh,
Because it's
yeah.
gonna be a crazy chess matches,
It is.
traps, footwork,
Yeah.
foot speed,
Yeah.
positioning, everything I'm talking about. You're gonna
Yeah.
see that. Can the
Yeah.
kid handle all of this at the same time? Can he? If he could, it's gonna be easy work. He's got the youth, southpaw. He has everything. He has
Yeah.
everything. But we know Robert Garcia is known to choke in the big dance. We've seen
Yes.
it time
I
after
agree
time.
with you.
He can't
Yeah.
he can't win in the big dance.
Yeah.
That's all
And,
I gotta
and,
say.
and you know what, Cholo? This fight, it's for us people that love boxing. I
Yes.
mean, it's
Yeah.
for us. You talk to
Yeah.
other people that don't know that all they do is follow Broner and all these pendejos.
The
Dude, when you
casual
tell
fan.
them about this fight, they're like, oh, good fight. Dude, but it's us.
Davis.
I love
Yeah.
Chicanos.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Mexicanos. You know what I mean? Whoa, I'm in heaven tomorrow. And as a matter of fact, I'm
The
going to be in Tucson watching the fight. I'm in heaven.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
wow. Okay.
Seditazo, let's
Yeah.
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
The
Seditazo.
only the only thing I don't like about Bam is that he got a face tattoo. Like, what are you doing, homie?
What is
What
he
are you
doing?
doing? That
That
Exactly.
shit
that
looks ridiculous, like a sideburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh my
got a
god.
he got a side piece of La Santa Maria right there, the Virgin Mary. Now I do want Gallo to hit him right there, man. Right, wow, man. Like, hey, vato, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's blessing you, but she's not in the ring with you, okay? I
Hey,
want
Ed,
to hit him right there.
but you know what? He's a weird kid. I mean, Bam. I mean, he's the new generation kid. Literally,
Yeah,
he's a new
yes,
generation. You know
yeah,
that, right? I mean, he's not a
yes.
Chicano. He's not a Tejano con Cowboys. No, this vato, he's a
He,
new. I
he
don't even
looks
know
like a
what to call
nerd.
him, man. You know what I mean?
No, no,
He's a,
he no,
he's a
I get
nerd.
you.
He's a nerd. A huevo.
He
Yeah,
he's
that's
ve-
what.
he's very new school, and I don't know. Maybe he thought a facial tattoo might look cool or something. And I'm looking at
No.
him like, homie, come on, dog. You ruined. Don't do that, man. Do
Yeah.
not do that. But oh well, you know. Hey,
Eh,
gentlemen,
Yeah.
let's get to a little bit of chisme that's going on around. First of all,
Woke.
man,
There it is. Bam is woke. That's a good one right there,
Pam
Demetrio.
is
Bam
woke.
is woke. Yes, that's
He's
what it
woke.
is. So
Oh
hopefully
my
they'll wake him
god.
up tomorrow.
Yeah, he
What do I? What's,
you know
I don't even want to say. I'm
he
gonna get in trouble.
you guys going to
I don't
Uh,
want to
watch
get
a
canceled.
pro
I
box
already got
DVD
canceled.
card
What are you
tonight.
talking about?
I, I'll see if I check it out. Puerto Rican rum.
I'm gonna
That's
check
the
it out
fight
right now.
that our brothers and PYP. They're over there checking it out right now. Hey guys, so it looks like there's talks with Tank Davis versus Vasily Lomachenko. Now there's two sides of this coin that I keep hearing people talk. One is okay, good. This fight's finally being made. It's gonna be a great fight. Another one is Vasily Lomachenko is already too old. Tank is being strategic. He's picking this fight because he's too old. He's 36 years old. I mean, yeah, that's somewhat up there. Mikey, how say you if this fight? It looks like it's gonna happen, but how say you on this fight?
Yeah, man. He's a little too old, but he's been looking. He looked good his last fight. Uh, but if Pitbull Cruz could neutralize that power, I think Lomachenko could neutralize that power too, man. Making them go backwards. You can't hit somebody when they're going. You don't. You're not as strong when you make somebody go back. If someone has a gun, you don't run for the gun. You get the gun. You know what I mean? That's what Bernard Hopkins said. And I think Loma, for his footwork and his positioning, the Matrix, I think he could take that gun away from him, that power away from him, and he will beat him. Um, Man, I'm gonna go. I don't know. This today, I'm doing it for the old guys. Maybe because I'm getting older, so I'm rooting for Gallito, and I got Loma. If they do fight, I got Loma. Even though I'm the underdog. Vamos veteranos. Let's go.
Hey, David,
Oh yeah.
you guys talked a little bit about it last week. What's your thoughts? Should this fight? It looks like it's going to get made. What's your thoughts on this fight? Do you give Tank full credit for fighting the Lomachenko, or is it a few steps down from that?
I give him 100% credit, man, because
Okay.
Lomachenko was the best fighter he has ever fought in his whole career. And you know what? I'm with you 100%, Mikey. Everything you said, ditto, brother. I'm with you 100%. Ditto.
Vámonos.
Okay. I Yeah, Loma looks good. He takes really good care of himself. Um, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give Tank credit. I can't. I don't want to be the guy that if Tank wins, oh, it's because Lomachenko was old.
No.
If he were 34 years old, it wouldn't have. We'll never know. But I'm glad. I'm glad it look. I'm not saying it's happening, but it looks like it's gonna happen. So let's go ahead. Let's make it happen, and let's not complain about it. Heck, if it's gonna happen, let's see it, man. So definitely want to see that fight. Definitely
Hey,
want
Ed.
to get in.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Ed, could I ask you a question? Let me ask you a
Yeah.
quick question. At 135, who's better than Loma?
A healthy, focused Lomachenko right now. I mean,
Shakur
yeah,
Stevenson?
I give him a chance against everybody, man. Maybe favor him. Don't know. Cameron Zapata comes to mind. He's
Mhm.
very overwhelming. Um,
But do you think he's better than Loma?
At
I
at 130,
At
I
no,
got
135.
I
I
got
mean,
two
we're
that
my
I
talking about
like.
135. 135. Right now, who's better than Loma right now?
Yeah, 130.
Even at 36
Yeah,
years
at
old.
130.
I
Maybe Shakur, because this guy he'll slow it down, make it a boring fight, and he'll get the decision. And I got the guy from the Dominican Republic. I think that guy's
De,
an animal, man.
de Los Santos.
I think that guy. Yeah, De
Yeah,
Los Santos. He's
yeah,
too. His footwork is good. He has
yeah,
power. I like him. I like him.
yeah,
Is he
yeah,
better
you,
than
you
Loma? Maybe because they're younger. I
yeah.
say that,
you
but yeah.
I would say this, David. If Loma's conditioning is still at its peak and it hasn't gone down, I would favor Loma against everybody. I would. He does. He is a fighter that uses the entire ring. Um, his boxing skills is impeccable. The only thing I could see him is getting tired with somebody like Cameron Zepeda, who's just overwhelming with punches, just keeps on punching. That's the only thing I could see. But just boxing skills, if it were going to be, a 3 round fight, I don't think anybody beats him. But if it's gonna be a 12 round fight, I think maybe he can get a little bit tired. So I'm just gonna focus on his conditioning because his skills are there. So at 36 years old, is your stamina still there? Because if it is, then I say Lomachenko. So, but hey guys, before we get, I want to play a little video, but before we get to that, I just want to go ahead and throw this out there. Um, Mario Barrios at 147 has been elevated to full champion, and talks are well, there were talks about, hey, Devin Haney should go up there and fight him, but now there's talks about it could be the return of Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao to fight El Azteca Barrios. David, your thoughts?
He sees it as an easy fight. Even at 46 years old, Pacquiao, you don't see him challenging Brian Norman. You don't see him challenging Boots Ennis. Because look what Tank did to Barrios. You know what I mean? So he sees it as an easy fight. He's not just going to go in there and get knocked out. Yeah, they shouldn't give it to him. I mean, the guy hasn't fought in years. Have him. He shouldn't be fighting a world champion when you got guys that are waiting to fight and have been fighting. I don't. I personally don't like it.
Ju-
At
uh,
46 years old, 46 years old. You know.
J- j- just to be fair, Tank knocked them out at 140,
Yeah.
where with a rehydration
Yeah,
clause, where
Oh,
rehydration.
was there rehydration?
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
about
there
that.
was a rehydration clause
Yeah,
where
Tank always
Barrios,
has that.
yeah, where Barrios has said, he felt more comfortable at 147. But Mikey, what's your thoughts, man?
Man, I like Donny Barrios. No, Barrios, Danny. That's my friend. I like Barrios. He looks good. Yeah, that's my boy from work, Danny Barrios. Shout out to Donny Barrios. Pinche
My
Chaparro.
brother.
Yeah, I like Barrios. I think he'll give Pacquiao a boxing lesson. Probably even knock him out. Boxing is a young man's sport. He's been out of the ring.
Yeah,
Why is Pacquiao still
sure.
fighting? Barrios,
Exactly.
man,
Yeah.
Barrios is looking good right now, and an old Pacquiao, man. But if he has to fight somebody, he shouldn't fight Crawford. Pacquiao shouldn't fight Crawford. Pacquiao shouldn't. He should fight Barrios. That's a good fight. I mean, he could beat him, but if he fights Boots Ennis or if he fights Crawford, man, he'll get destroyed. Like so, that's a good fight to take a nice chance. But I still give it to Barrios.
You know what, Cholo? Didn't Barrios, Ugas beat Pacquiao? And then
Yes,
Barrios knocked out Ugas, or didn't knock
yeah,
him out. He messed up his face, remember?
yeah,
So you know
yes.
what? I take that back. So you know what? You're absolutely right. Barrios will probably give him a boxing lesson now at 46 years old. So yeah, I take that back. Yeah, I agree with you.
What did Demetrio say? Demetrio, what are you saying? Barrios couldn't even do nothing with Maidana's taxi drive. Didn't Barrios beat him though? Like unanimous?
He beat him. He beat him. Yeah, but I mean, he didn't look great. I look. I would say this, man. First of all, if Pacquiao gets back into the ring, I think it's sad. That's first and foremost. Because I don't know why he would be getting back into the ring other than he needs money. I don't know
Money.
what's going on with his life.
Easy
Um,
work, easy money. Like
but yeah, I'm with you, Mikey. If he gets back into the ring, no, it shouldn't be against somebody like Terrence Crawford. It shouldn't be against an elite fighter. Barrios, okay, he's a champion, but he got elevated to a champion. You know what I mean? He jumped in the elevator. He didn't climb stairs to get to that.
yeah,
I'm not saying he didn't. I didn't say he wasn't deserving of it, but he didn't earn it. So yeah, it would be, and I think Pacquiao stands a chance. I think he does.
yeah,
I'm a fan of Mario Barrios. Don't get me wrong. I love the Azteca Barrios, but to me, he's never gonna be great. To
No.
me, he's gonna be a Josecito Lopez. To
Yeah.
yeah,
me, he's gonna give everybody a really good fight, but he's never gonna be an elite great fighter. So should that fight happen, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But guys, I definitely want to play this video, but I want to ask you guys this first. The whole Devin Haney Ryan Garcia thing, we all know Ryan Garcia is out for a year. He was penalized, all that good stuff. Devin Haney now has came out and said that he is taking a whole year off. Then he came back, retracted, and saying, like, well, I might be back before that. I want to go ahead and play this because they're getting into it. And yes, of course, we're talking about none other than the Golden Boy. Let's go ahead and shout out to Fight Hub TV. This is where we're getting Fight Hype. This is where we're getting it
hi,
from.
hi.
Let's check it out.
All right, guys. Everybody talked about Ryan Garcia. Now it's Papi's turn.
Real quick, can everybody hear it?
Poppy's third.
Can everybody hear it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Let's start again. Yeah, it's Poppy's turn. Let's check him out.
All right, guys. Everybody talked about Ryan Garcia. Now it's Papi's turn. So, first of all, I don't condone pets whatsoever, period. But let's talk about the inconsistencies, the penalties, the millions of dollars. I do not understand it. We should have a commission, okay, that oversees everything, every state, because Canelo Alvarez gets popped in a different state, gets 6 months. Shane Mosley gets popped and gets zero. So you're telling me that Ryan Garcia gets a year and millions of dollars? That is not right. Let's talk about Devin Haney now.
Okay, this is where I want everybody to focus what he says next, right now.
Devin Haney, you're pathetic. You're dancing around in the bowling alley because you got your decision reversed. Nobody's going to forget about that beating you took. Oh, and let's not forget, you're accusing me of not paying you? Bro, you just do not sell. That's the bottom line. You can audit my company anytime you want. I pay every fighter, and I'm pretty sure you got that from Canelo, what he started. So, bro, that 1 year layoff, that retirement, just enjoy it. Fuck you.
Fucking troll.
Oh, man.
My
Oh
idol.
man. Okay,
I,
so I definitely want to touch on what he was talking about. What he was talking about there, where that he wasn't getting paid. That was talking. I saw Bill Haney earlier today. He was on the Boxing Voice and he was talking a little bit about it, and that Devin Haney's going to take a year off, but he might be back. David, what's going on with Devin Haney, man? Should he continue his career? Should he wait a whole year? Should he just wait for Ryan Garcia? He's not going to sell. If he's complaining about getting paid, he ain't getting paid against anybody else the way he got paid against Ryan Garcia. What's going on with Devin Haney's career here? And
Well,
yet he's undefeated now again. You know,
well, the numbers came out, I believe, yesterday, and they only sold 150,000 pay-per-views. I mean, they were expecting half a million, only 150,000. I mean, for a fight at that caliber, I mean that especially Ryan Garcia, the way he sold it, acting crazy, 150,000. That just shows you that you know what, Haney does not have it, and Ryan is definitely losing it for only selling. He's supposed to be the star, the $1 million baby, only 150,000. The reason why he's taking a day off because he's doing exactly what Mayweather did to De La Hoya in the rematch. Before they could sign the rematch, guess what? All of a sudden, Mayweather retires, and as soon as a year, several months is over, he's back again. These guys are getting into a habit of doing that. This guy Haney, he's running from Sandor Martin because he knows that Sandor Martin was going to beat him. You know what I mean? And he wasn't ready. So because of Sandor Martin, and I love Mikey Garcia, retired Mikey Garcia. Sandor Martin, I'm telling you, he's running from him. That's what he's doing. He's running from him. And I am glad that they took the belt away from him. One of the belts. They took
yeah.
it away from Haney. And they should take all the belts away from him. He's never coming back. He can't make 140. He needs to come back at 147 if he decides to come back.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
look.
absolutely right, Boxing Vitals. He is crazy, not acting. He is crazy. 100% with you, brother. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
look, either Sandor Martin beats him or Sandor Martin gives him a really close fight. But he does not make that is a boring fight, and he does not make even half of what he made with Ryan Garcia. That fight would definitely not sell. Mikey, how say you, man, against when it comes to Devin Haney, this whole fiasco, and should he fight or I mean, why take a whole year off, man?
yeah, I mean, he got beat up pretty bad by a heavier guy. Um, and he got hurt a lot. It's if I was his trainer and all that, yeah, take a year off. I know it looks bad that oh this guy's hiding, yeah, and maybe he is, but dude, he got destroyed.
Oh, yeah, he
He got
did.
destroyed by Ryan, and we're talking about somebody that takes your soul or somebody's your daddy. That's Ryan Garcia's Devin Haney's daddy, and they fight
Yes.
again. He'll probably do the same thing, man. So he needs to fight. Maybe I think Xander will. No, what's his name? The Spaniard dude. Yeah, he doesn't hit as
Sandor
hard.
Martin. Sandor Martin.
Yeah, Xander, but
Yeah.
it's going to be a hard fight because Martin moves and he surprises you with a shot. If he does fight, it has to be a total tomato can, a total tomato can. And for he could look good, get his confidence up, and doesn't get hurt. Um,
Yeah.
So he should take that year off. Why not? Why not, man? He did get beat up a lot. So
Mm.
He's
I
not.
would if I was a
He's
trainer.
not going to come back the same, Cholo. He's. You know what? He got the shit beat out of him. You know
Yeah,
what?
that is.
He is not. He is not coming back the same. No, it's here
Okay.
and it's here.
Okay, and that's definitely possible. Look, people are talking about Spence. Is Spence going to come back the same
Oh
after the
no,
beating he took from
no,
Terrence Crawford?
no.
We don't know. The good thing about Devin Haney is that he's still young. He's still young. I definitely would say, look, if I'm in Devin Haney's corner, I would say, look, physically, you got to get better. Once you're better, we're going to put you in there against a complete nobody. I mean, this is going to be, a layup for you just so you can build some confidence back. I wouldn't put him in there against Sandal Martin if I were in Haney's corner, but I definitely will give them one or two complete tomato cans. Let people talk
Yeah,
masa. Get stripped of your straps. Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just focused on your future. And you're gonna fight just a bunch of nobodies. I don't care if they have more losses than they do wins. That's cool. Just to get you in there to get your confidence built up, as opposed to take a whole year off and then what? You want a rematch with Ryan at 147? Man, Ryan's really feeling himself, but at the same time, we don't know what Ryan's going to be doing while he's suspended. He likes to party, he likes to gamble, he likes to play cards. He was on a live with Bill Haney, and I'm telling you guys, man, Ryan looked crudo, homie. He looked all crudo. He looked like he was, serio, dog. He looked like he
yeah, he's
partied.
looking older. He's looking older.
He looked crudo as heck. And another thing with Golden Boy, the video that we just played, and I saw Demetrio put it out there. Why is he whispering? Where he's outside. Why is he over there? Oh man, and to you guys, and he looks the same. Why are you whispering, homie? Like, what's going on with these fools,
He's
David?
not
What's
all
going
there
on
either,
with
man.
Ryan? What's going on with Oscar? Like, these vatos are some straight weird characters, dog. Like,
Yeah,
what's
they
going on
are,
with these
man.
vatos,
Yeah.
man? Like,
Oscar's a little softy. He's a little moist. I'm not gonna lie. He ever since he was young, his voice he had that little high pitch. It's Oscar, man. He never had a deep voice.
He's a nut
I,
too, man. They're both nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dimitro, see something like that. Okay? Are people are okay? Look, are
Yeah.
people gonna talk? Yeah, are people gonna talk Masa and the great Devin Henny? Yes, they are. But it's just to get them back on track. So I mean, we could laugh about it, but yeah, if I'm in Devin Haney's team, I'm saying yeah, let's do something like that. Let's do
Gumbo.
something like that. Yeah, just to get them in the winning brackets and build his confidence. But yeah, Ryan's over there being weird, and Oscar, he's over there. I don't know, man. These dudes they're freaking me out, homie. They're freaking me out. But other than that, gentlemen, anything else you guys want to bring up before we call it,
Oh, that's it, man. Good weekend
man?
for fights. Good, man. Said
Oh
tomorrow,
yeah.
Teofimo,
Oh,
Gallo. Oh, two good cards, man.
okay, yeah. So let me start with you, Mikey. Okay, are you going to be watching the Teal shoot Claggett fight or the
Nah.
Bam Estrada fight?
Bam Estrada uh fight, dude. Me and my dad front row seats. I got the old man's already. The old man also convinced me that maybe Gallo's gonna get it. So
Ah,
we got front row seats, man. This is a scary, crazy fight. It's gonna be beautiful, man. I can't wait.
lot of love for the veteranos coming from Mikey.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
man. All
man.
right. Dog.
We're doing
Hey,
it on today. I don't know why.
yeah, David. If you only have one TV, which one you watching live?
I'm not. I got two. I got my phone. I'll be in a hotel. I'll have my iPad and I'll have my phone. So no, I'm watching both. I'm watching both.
Eso, man. All right, gentlemen. So, hey, man. Again, next week, I don't think I'll be here, but I'll definitely. I got the credentials. It came in today. I will be at the Zapata fight next Saturday. I will definitely go live from there to cover that fight and get as much as I can. Squeeze. If I see the lawyer in there, I want to go talk to him. I want to ask him, hey, homie, I want to show him the video. I want to have it in my hand. Be like, hey, dog. why why are you whispering, man? And what time was it? Like 2 in the morning or something? Like it just I don't know. The vato strikes me weird, Holmes. He strikes me weird. But
Oh
hey,
yeah.
with that, that is David Contreras, Mike Zavala from Mike TV, man. Cholo Truck, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Enjoy the fights. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing this. We come back and do it again. Catch you guys on the next round.
Right.